Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of From Change to Cherish. My name is Luna. Mental health awareness month is coming to an end. I'm going to do an episode on that, obviously, but I think it's better to acknowledge that dating is exhausting, and that is why on today's episode, I'm talking about where dating is mental because for a fact, I have no dating life. It's exhausting. It's frustrating. It's feeling bad all the times if they don't respond to your text, if they don't call you back on time, and all that stuff. Like, oh my god, can I please get a break? Anyway, we all know what dating is. Boy takes girl out, girl takes boy takes boy out, girl takes girl out, and all that stuff. I don't have to explain that to you. I guess what I am trying to talk about today is just how I think, let me speak about me. One of my biggest fear is getting to know someone new, getting to know their icks, getting to know their likes and dislikes. I'm not saying that it's bad trying to know someone. I think it's just tiresome. And then maybe after a month or 2 months, they're like not your person, they don't interest you anymore. And that is just frustrating. The thing is, so 2026, this was actually, so I just turned 26 like this Friday, literally. And one, I mean, I've promised myself 2026 I'll try dating because I don't think I've ever dated. I've never been someone's girlfriend either. Oh my god. Never been someone's girlfriend. That is so insane. I'm 26 and I've never been someone's girlfriend. Like, oh my god. My sister gives me competition. Okay, I'm not going to talk about my sister because my mom listens to my podcast. So the thing is, 2026, when I turned 26, I told myself this year I must be someone's girlfriend. It's not coming from a desperate point of view, but like I want to be taken out. I want to be introduced to friends. I want to watch movies together, go to picnics, and my ideal date because I am such an introvert person and I don't like going out. But with the type of men we have now, I'm not saying all of them, but they're dangerous men out there. So, and I guess it's until I really like trust you, that's when I'm stepping into your house. But until then, yeah, it's just going out. But it's also exhausting because I'm like, okay, so who is my person then? Because you go out, you meet different people, and then I have like the craziest paranoia, with all the news and femicide and all that stuff. Sometimes, a gay approaches me and my head goes, what if they're the ones? Ooh, what if it's the one who's going to kill her? And I'm like, oh no. And then I just go silent on whoever that guy is. It's totally insane. I'm totally working on that paranoia because there's no way I'm gonna keep avoiding guys when 2020, when I've decided that I want to try dating and I'm gonna be someone's girlfriend before the year ends. Like, oh my god, it's insane, honestly. Do you know how many I have? Like, so okay, not so many girlfriends, probably like maybe 5 or 6, and it's like all of them have boyfriends, and I want to make something clear that it's not desperation, but it's like I want to try dating. I want to be someone's girlfriend and experience what it's like to be someone's girlfriend. Another thing I fear about dating is because, as I said, I have never dated. I mean, when you look at a situationship, I don't know what your definition of a situationship is, but for me, a situationship is a mutual beneficial agreement. Simple. That is what a situationship is for me. No feelings attached, no commitment and all that. But I think a situationship usually hurts because, let me use myself again as an example. I am someone who doesn't know how to separate like physical contact with emotions. So with all those emotion, with all those situationships I've had in the past, I've had like plenty of situationships. They always just, I don't know, I always just ended. I was like, yeah, there's no way I can continue this because I'm gonna end up falling in love with this person and you don't want that. So yeah, I've had, honestly, my college life was so crazy. I mean, I don't regret it because you go to university to have fun and of course to learn, but those are the best years of my life. Those are literally the best years of my life because if I think that those were the years that I tried dating. Okay, not dating. I was in two different situationships, and of course, with two different guys, and they never knew about it. Yeah, I am crazy, girl. You're such a crazy person. Oh my god. Okay, away from that. So, where I'm at dating, of course, I am single. And the year I graduated, that was 2023, I took a vow of celibacy. And it's been 3 years, but well, something happened this month. And okay, I'm not going to talk about that. But I mean, as I've told you, I don't know how to separate physical contact or like sex with to separate sex from emotions, because trust me, we got it like 5 times. And yeah, so I decided I'm not doing that anymore. And so like I want to try dating, but where I'm at dating in my life right now, it's just crazy. I mean, it's not like my priority because there's just so many things happening in my life, so many things that need my focus. My I need to like focus on getting all these, to get my business started, to get all these other things started. But I am not ashamed to admit that I want to try dating. I insist this one. I want to be someone's girlfriend, and I want this year to end with me falling in love with someone. I want to know what that feeling is like. I want to be called baby girl. I love princess treatment. So like, yeah, I'm looking, by the way, I'm searching. I am not like dating. I don't I'm not like looking for, because they say you date with expectations, with all that, like, is it gonna lead to marriage? Oh, no. Okay, marriage has never been in my head. It scares the shit out of me. But I want to date someone who like takes me seriously, who supports me and loves me, and as I said, gives me baby girl treatment, princess treatment, and of course, someone who will, you know, I think so. One thing that I don't know how you guys do your situationships, but when I was in situationships, I always insisted on exclusivity. So I think that is something, because I am loyal, so I also expect you to be loyal. And I I mean, I will try my best to know you. That is why, oh my god, I guess that's why I'm so scared of dating, because I honestly will not know how to act. Like, how many times do I call you? Because situationships might be situationships, but like they give you experience about men, and so I like know what I'm looking for, and it's not gonna be easy. Like, not just any person that's gonna pop up in my DM and be like, "Hey, Leah, how are you?" and all that stuff. Oh my god, it's stressing me the fuck out. That is like dating is mental. Oh my god. So why I think it's mental, it's because I mean, if you listen to my frustrations, my grievances, I have so much paranoia when it comes to men. I mean, I know it's not all men, but yeah, there's that paranoia. And also, I just have this fear, like, I don't know how to act because I've never been someone's girlfriend. I have never, like, I mean, in the situationships, I have been cheated on, you know, like, I demanded exclusivity on that situationship, but the other person cheated. So I guess that also scares me because I demand loyalty from someone, because if I'm giving that to you, what do you mean you're gonna be out there giving some other chick what belongs to me? Like, that is just, you're like the devil's son or cousin or whatever. But yeah, I demand loyalty, So the fear, not knowing how to act when dating, and just also the fact that I, oh, I don't know, it's like I've just gotten to the point where I have like so much clarity, and I don't think I want to be chasing a guy. Can you just talk about, let me pause for a bit and talk about my early 20s. Oh my god, I cannot believe I'm 26. That is like one step away from 30. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I'm not going to cry, but like 26. Do you know, like, my grandmother from my mom's side has already started talking about me and getting married and kids, and I'm like, oh, chill, please. Oh, so anyway, about my early 20s. So in my early 20s, and that is 20, 21, 22, a guy will literally tell me to marry him and give him babies, and I would. Like, sometimes I look back in those years and I'm like, God, thank you for leading the way. Thank you for guiding me through those years, because right now, 26, I would probably be having like four, even three babies. Like, and that's what I'm saying. As much as situationships are like so frustrating mentally, also, and you're like, maybe you get to feel much and the other person doesn't get to feel much. They teach you stuff, like they teach you stuff about men, they teach you stuff about yourself. And that is where I learned that, as I've said, I cannot separate like sex from emotions. And that's why yeah, I want to be someone's girlfriend. So my early 20s were crazy, enjoyable. I mean, I don't regret them, but I was so naive. God, naivety is like just so bad. And that's why I always say, like, it's important for parents to talk to their kids about dating as early as even 15 or 14 years old. Like, let them go out there and date, let them experience. I mean, if it's like, let's say, age 13 to 17 maybe, and you're scared something's gonna happen to your kid, then go chaperone them or something. But like, it's important to experience this, because I usually think about my early 20s. I'm like, God, oh my God, that those are crazy years for me. Sometimes I usually just look back and I'm like, what was I even, what was I thinking? Like, but anyway, life is just all about experiences, and every experience is just, you cannot like regret it, because you keep regretting it, and and it's just, you lose whatever beautiful things are about to come to your life right now, or tomorrow. So I've let go of those years. I was naive, I made some mistakes, and well, here I am, hoping to get the dream man date of my life. Okay, so it's, I mean, obviously I'm scared right now because of the frustration that comes because you think much. I know myself, I'm an overthinker, and honestly, just want to be with a guy who's not gonna make me question like my position in their life. A guy is not gonna make me question, I don't know, like, do you sometimes just watch a romance movie and you're like, God, why didn't you just give me a guy like that? You know, you tell God that, and God gives you this other person, and you're like, God, like, do you not hear me and all that? I'm not looking for a husband. I just want to date. Maybe when I get 30, I'll be looking for a husband. But for now, I want to date and experience dating, all that stuff. Yeah. And, like, situationship, in a situationship, as much as there is exclusivity, there isn't any commitment. And I guess I'm also scared of commitment at some point, but that is something I'm working on, and that is something, hopefully when I start dating, well, it will it will just happen, and I'll be in a happy committed relationship. Oh my god, I've never been in a relationship. That is just crazy. Oh my god, that is insane. That is totally insane. Who? I'm sure my sister is gonna be listening to this podcast and laughing at me. Don't dare laugh. Seriously. Okay, so I've spoken about the fears I have and how it's just making me crazy, overthinking about my dating life and all that. But I also think that when it comes to dating, it's a matter of risk. Not even a matter of risk. Dating is a risk, just as relationship is a risk, just as marriage is a risk. And why it's a risk? I think it's because you are. So let's say you meet someone new, you date for a month or 2 months, and you find out, yeah, maybe they are your person, and you, I mean, you just take that risk. They say love and trust is a choice. So you decide to trust this person with your body, to trust this person with your heart, that they're going to take care of it. And yeah, I guess it's just all about that. It's taking a risk. And yeah, 2026 is me taking risks. I'm putting myself out there, honestly. I mean, I want to try and go out more. I don't go out. So I don't know how I'm gonna meet that guy that I wanna meet, but yeah, I'm gonna try and go out more, taking that risk, you know. Yeah, just taking that risk, and even when your heart gets broken, I mean, I've been hurt and broken in my situationships, and I still went for more situationships. So yeah, it's a risk I'm willing to take right now and see where it goes. And also, so what am I looking for? That is so important when also it comes to who you are trying to date. And as I said, sometimes you ask God for something and He gives you something else. But well, we cannot question God because He knows better. So I think the highest in my situationships, the biggest age gap was like 10 years. Yeah, that was like the biggest age gap. But right now, I'm not looking for anyone beyond the age of 31. So, like, I'm 26. Yeah, I'm looking for someone from the age of, I guess, 26 to 31, honestly. And we'll see how it goes. It's crazy that I'm talking about dating because, like last year, someone would talk to me about dating and be like, yeah, I'm not interested in that. Or I'd see my cousins and maybe my sister talking about blah blah, like, yeah, I'm not mentally ready for that. But I guess I'm also mentally ready, but I'm also like mentally it's just too much going on up here because of all these feelings and paranoia. Like, okay, if I meet this guy, because the thing is, you just never know if they might look. They always say you don't know. It's like you meet a serial killer, you don't know if they're a serial killer. You trust them, and the next thing you know, you're chopped into pieces. Yeah, it's a risk. You see what I'm talking about? It's a risk to meet that new person. It's a risk. It's a risk to decide to love them. It's a risk to decide, do you want to try whatever you want to try out. So yeah, I guess it's a risk I'm willing to take. I mean, I guess before that somebody comes, I have to work on those fears I have that are like stopping me. They're like a block because, as much as I'm talking to like a few guys, I'm just like I'm not there. I'm not feeling it. Yeah, and what also scares me is in these situationships I've experienced red flags. I've experienced I if you listen to my first episode, I totally hate verbal abuse. I like hate it. Words, there's nothing that affects me as much as words. I mean, I've gotten to a point where like I guess mentally, I've just like, I know myself, I love myself, so someone's words won't affect me as much. But I guess I've just gotten to the point where yeah, someone's gonna say I'm ugly and you don't look good and that stuff is weird, and it won't affect me as much. I mean, when it comes to some people that I love and care about, it's definitely gonna leave some cuts and some petty bleeding and all that. But it's not like before. Before, someone would tell me stuff and I'd be like, oh my god, why would you say that to me? Do you know how much I'd be overthinking and why don't they like me? Why don't they? And all that stuff. But I guess it's still something that if I witness even just a single, like if I experience a single verbal abuse, like I'm gone. So I think one red flag is, you know, um, so here's some of the, when I was like thinking about this episode, I was thinking of the red flags, some of the red flags that I don't like, and words that hurt. So here's some that I wrote that I've gotten from some situationships. I wrote them down. So one was like, you are fat. I'm not fat. I'm like thick and sexy. I mean, do you see that body? And you can't follow simple instructions. When this guy told me that, I was like, I mean, at that time it hurt, but I guess right now I'm just like, I'm not your kid, dude. Like, jeez. And why would you even listen to that kind of music? It's so weird. You know what I don't like? It's when someone judges you for the kind of music you love, or the kind of music you admire and love listening to, because music is diverse. I listen to different kinds of music. I listen to Arabic music, Indian music, Swahili music, pop, rap, piano, all of that. I love to hear different tastes of music. So for me to enjoy what I love, and I'm not like judging you for your different taste in music, why will you call my music weird? Like, that is just so disrespectful. And he sleep too much. Honey, who doesn't sleep too much? Honestly, like, so those are some of the words that I've experienced that had me. But right now, I'm like, yeah, no, you're just showing me who you are. So bye bye, you know. So it's important to know what your red flags are, what your boundaries are before you experience dating. And I always say, if it happens once, that's just the end of it. There's no changing someone. I mean, I guess we all know Akode, and the other day when she was on Dr. Funiki's podcast, Life at 30, and she talked about how, okay, let me try and remember. And she talked about how you should know, like, when you meet a person, did they give you, because I've said, she also talked about how loving and trusting is a choice. And does that person give you peace here? So if that someone comes with peace here, and you create your own boundaries and you know your own red flags, so if this person makes crosses your one boundary which you insisted on, which you talked about, like, forever, and they still cross that boundary, and they still, don't respect your, what you consider red flags and all that, don't give them a second chance. Like, go, bye, you know. And I guess, as I said, I have so much clarity, and I know what I want. Obviously not marriage until 30. So I guess I'm looking, and I know what I'm looking for and how I want to be treated. I definitely don't want to be in a situationship. Huh. But yeah, hopefully before the year ends, because yeah, as I said, I turned 26 the other day, and I decided that I want to date. I want to be someone's girlfriend. I want to fall in love, and I want to be given baby girl princess treatment. So I know what I want. I know what I'm looking for. When it comes, it comes. I mean, there's no desperation behind all of this. It all happens in its own time. And even if it doesn't happen, I have like girlfriends, and I have my sister. We're just gonna go out and do some fun stuff, watch movies. Yeah. And I mean, me and my sister have this dream to, like, buy a Jeep and, like, tour Kenya. So there's plenty to go on. Like, it's not, I want it. I want to date, but I guess it's not like something that will make me feel, oh my God, why is it not happening? It's not that kind of situation. I'm just like, yeah, I want to try dating this year. And yeah, and also he just has to, like, be ready to spell me, because my love language is gifts. I love gifts. So, whoever you are out there, sorry, whoever you are out there, just know, be ready, be prepared, because I love gifts. Um, Gosh, you don't know how much. Like, my sister, hopefully in the next episodes, I'll be able to host my sister, because, girl, I miss you. She's like my best friend, and she always tells me, don't worry, you're gonna get your kind of guy. And yeah, I'm waiting. And sis is not desperational. Eh? Get that out of your head. I just, like, I've decided I want to try it, and it's gonna happen, by the way, like, pretty soon. Mm. I see it, honestly. I see him. So yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's mentally exhausting. I mean, I don't think about it that much. What I think about most is the paranoia that I have. I'm working on that, by the way. And also, just if I'm any good at dating, because I don't think I have any experience in dating, because most of those situationships, it wasn't anything committed, or, I mean, there was exclusivity in terms of, physical contact and all that. But yeah, I have no experience in dating, so that scares the crap out of me. But as I've said, it's a risk I'm willing to take. um and we'll just have to wait and see. So if you're thinking about dating, let's try it. And maybe in future episodes, I'll talk about what it was like if I would still be with that person, or if I won't be with that person. So yeah, I guess that was all I had for today's episode. And yeah, thank you so much for listening. Remember to follow and leave comments. And as I always say, you matter, you're not alone, you're worth it. See you next.